Sacred Alchemy Law number 6 for the moment. The invitation to be authentic, feel, and be with what is. Okay, this was a really intense one. So I was in a place where I didn't really know anybody. I was actually invited by some people, and those people ended up not being able to really hold and care for me in the space at the time. This is, I'm in the process of grieving James's loss, and I was on the phone in a parking lot with a friend of mine who was really kind of talking with me through the things that I was experiencing. And she said to me finally, you need to just let yourself be held. And in that moment, I just burst into tears because that was one of the hardest things that I could even imagine doing. I was in a place where I knew no one, and I felt so vulnerable and felt like I didn't even have the energy to ask for help. It was so hard. So I sat in that moment for a while. Then I eventually, I cried and I blew my nose, and then the phone died because it got hot, and then it was and then I just had to get out of the car, and I went into this little cafe, which was a very small town cafe, and I just sat there and I drank some water. Thank God they had some water, and I sipped on that and just was sitting with this feeling of raw vulnerability and exposure and feeling like I needed help. And everything in my training in my life, being raised by my mother, was all about handling it, figuring it out, do what you need to do, take care of it. We're strong Black women, this is just what we do. Well, I had to not do that. I had to let. And letting is so different than figuring it out. So I just sat there in this mushy place, feeling like I was just letting. And about a few moments later, someone walked in and recognized me from a botanical garden tour that I'd been on a few days earlier. And they warmly greeted me, and I said hi, and they asked me how I was doing, and I said, wow, kind of a rough moment. And then we just started talking, and I shared some of the things that were happening for me, and they then connected me to somebody who then connected me to another person who helped me be where I needed to be and be held beautifully for 6 weeks in this place that I didn't know. So yeah, it's really powerful to have this invitation to be authentic and feel and be with what is. Hard as heck, but so necessary.